this is about to go down. We are going to talk all things money, business, alignment, attracting high-ticket, soul-aligned clients, and how to use your message and your story to not make it harder, but to do it smarter, to attract all the things into your business and your life. So when you jump in, say hi. Oh, thank you, Miriam. My gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Hello, hello. All right, guys, we are ready to get this. If you're ready to get this party started, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What kind of business do you have? Because I am your soul wild CEO. So I'm ready to unleash. We're not just going to go surface level here, you guys. We're going to go all the way in. So if you are ready, put that in the comments. I'm going to turn off the music now. And I am going to get this rocking. So yes, yes, yes. We have Miriam in here. Hello, hello, my love. I am super excited. So, all right, guys, as we hop in here, I will just wait and see who we pop in here. But hello, hello, business rock stars, elite, all of the things. Let me get this up here so I can see your guys' comments and all of that. I'm so super pumped. I've already been getting messages here asking about all kinds of different things that we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to put this up so I can see all of your comments. Hello, hello. We have Miriam. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. You guys, I am so incredibly honored to be here today. I just want to start off by saying that I am so incredibly honored to be here today. And I just want to thank Miriam for inviting me into this huge high vibe, amazing group where I am just so lit up to be serving you. And today, honestly, today is going to be all about you. Today is going to be about serving your purpose. So come on in. Let's talk about passion. Let's talk about purpose. Let's talk about money. And let's talk about all the ways that you can powerfully share your story to attract your high vibe, soul aligned, high ticket clients. Because that is one of the biggest things that has really helped me to scale my business. In 2019, my word was scale. My word was, like scaling my business, and be careful what you wish for, because, oh my gosh, you guys, my plate is so full. I am so joyous and happy that I get to serve so many amazing clients. So if you're ready to rock, come on, let's get down. Let's do this. And let's get you all in here. All right. So I'm going to give you a shout out. Again, thank you, Miriam, for asking me to be in here. I am so lit up by you, your passion, your journey. So I am just so excited to be here, to be serving you guys, to be in the business moguls, to just be like going all in with you guys, and to just do this a lot. So if this is your first time ever seeing me, whether if you're watching live right now or if you're watching on replay, then I just want to say hello, let you know a little bit more about me so that we can get acquainted, so I can get to know a little bit about you as well and see if you're in the right place. So my name is Val Nichols. I am the Wild Soul CEO. I am a business coach for women entrepreneurs. I'm deeply passionate, you guys, like deeply passionate, driven. I'm a wife, I'm a business owner. I have several different streams of income that has really afforded me the opportunity to have so much freedom in my life, where right now in my company, I'm honestly working less than I ever have, and I have more freedom. I'm not traveling right now and speaking on stages, but I do get to speak on, I am speaking on stages. That's not true. I do still speak on stages, just not like out of the area as much. And I get to, really just dive into my passion, my purpose, live from that place where it's like the soul aligned place in my life. And do I have any other soul wild entrepreneurs in here? Any other soul wild CEOs? Give me a shout out. Give me a shout out so I know that I'm talking to my people, the right people. So now I would love to get to know you as well. I would love to get to know, what is your business? Let me know in the comments so I know how to kind of help gauge this conversation. And I want to just tell you guys a little bit about my why so that we can really, maybe someone here is going to relate with that. So I was an entrepreneur since the age of 11. I started out, I love the feeling of making money. I love the feeling of making money. Let's just be honest. And I love the feeling. I'm a little bit rebellious. So any other rebellious women here in the group? So I know that I'm in the right place. So I'm a little bit rebellious. And, honestly, like I've never liked to really follow the rules. I've kind of been innovative, a little bit creative all my life. And so I started a business when I was 11. In my 20s, I had a marketing agency where I was traveling all over the place, doing all the things. I was working with companies like Toyota, Kia, Dr. Pepper. I did tours with Brooks and Dunn, who I didn't even know who they were before that. Ooh, girl. So I did VIP shows with Jewel, the singer. I did like a whole bunch of different things, like very awesome, very fun. But the thing is, like, I didn't have a full understanding of what my real passion and purpose was. I knew I liked making money, and I knew I liked having all the prestige of having celebrities around and, working in big markets and doing all these things. But I honestly, at the end of the day, I felt really empty. I felt like there just had to be something more. And you guys, I am not kidding when I tell you that I went from having 6 figures in my bank account at like 23 years old. I was flipping some real estate and doing some things in the meantime, to being homeless in my car because I was so full of pride and feeling lonelier than I've ever been in my life. Like, I was surrounded by all these people. I was surrounded by, money, prestige, property, all the things, but I was sleeping in my car because I was too full of pride to ask for help. And I was just like I was lonelier than I've ever felt in my life. And, since then I went on to corporate, and I realized that I was always striving. Like, as a matter of fact, right across from me here in my home office, I have a whole wall of awards that I've won. And, the thing that I know today that I didn't know then is that I have always constantly been striving to get this title or that title or this corporate job. I remember getting that plaque on the door with my fancy title in my fancy office, my 6-figure salary with tons of bonuses, being the top person in my sales job. I was a sales and marketing director, like 7 years ago. And then but I remember feeling like there's got to be more. There's got to be more. Like, I'm making the money, I'm doing the things, I'm successful on paper. I mean, I have all the things I want, like I had the husband, I had the office, the leather furniture, the fancy books, the fancy title, the prestige, all the things. But at the end of the day, I would come home and I was like, I don't know why, but I just feel so empty. I feel like there has got to be more to life than just, making a paycheck and doing these things. And, like, I was really feeling like I didn't like the feel of the environment of corporate because I had to like hide who I was. Do any of you guys ever feel like that if you've been in corporate? Like, I couldn't talk about my faith the way I want to talk about it. I couldn't talk about like the real me. I had to act in this role. I had the costume. I acted in a certain way. And I didn't really have the deep connection to who I was and the roots of where I came from. I couldn't share a lot of that, and I was secretly like battling some of these internal conflicts within me. And I had this like internal war going on inside of me where it's like I was doing what I should be doing. I was doing the things that I should be doing on the outside. But then inside, I felt just empty. And I wanted to really come out. I wanted to like be who I was. I wanted to share with the world what I'd been through and let them know that regardless of their past, regardless of whatever has happened in their past, that they could be anything they want to be, that they could make the money, they could do the things, that they could stand on a platform and have raving fans and do, be, and have all of the things. And, here's the thing about the corporate world is that, when I started my online business, people started coming to me and saying, Val, like, how have you gotten so visible? How have you created success so quickly? You know, within starting my online business in February of 2018, I was still in my corporate job. And by May of 2018, I was sliding my notice across my boss's desk. And by July of 2018, I had already created $11,000 in a month. Like that was my first $11,000 month in my business. And I can't tell you guys how freaking amazing it feels to be able to know, like, have that satisfaction that you're doing something that you get to provide value. You're doing something where you actually get to make a difference in the world. What's up, Caroline? Hello, hello, my love. Hi, sending you all the love, girl. So, you know, like that feeling of like, I get to create this income. I get to make money in my own sense. I get to do all these things. Like there is nothing like that. You know, give me an amen if you are a online entrepreneur and you can feel that magic. Like that magic is so amazing. And so I want to ask you guys, you know, the whole thing about, so often people come to me, and I'll jump right into the meat and the potatoes of all this. Like so often when people come to me in their businesses, you know, the thing that I notice is that there are so many amazing businesses out there. You guys know, it's not a secret that right now the market is oversaturated. No matter what you do, there's going to be like people who don't understand your vision and don't understand your dream, who are going to say, it's oversaturated, it's too crowded, you can't make it, da 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 da. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can. The thing is that I see so many businesses out there that there are amazing women who are not making the cash, the impact, or the cash flow into their business that they truly deserve. You know, right now I see women right now, I see a whole list of women here that I know you have amazing businesses. I know that you are amazing women who are out there to really create an impact, to create and really make a difference in the world. But the thing is, so often I'll be reading through someone's social media. I'll be reading through someone's website. I'll be watching, you know, just looking at the image, looking at the branding of their page. And I'm like, what is it that you're really trying to say in the world? What's deeper for you? Like, what's your why? And, you know, like I just had this conversation with a woman who had invited me to be on one of her online summits. And the funny thing is we ended up getting in this conversation because I was like, girl, I want to know deeper. I want to know you. I want to know your story. I want to know your why. And I sat there and I probably prodded her for like 20 minutes because, you know, a lot of times what we do as entrepreneurs is we have this thing rehearsed, right? Like I never rehearse anything because I know that I want to speak from my heart. And we have this like thing rehearsed where we're like, okay, so I know what I should say. I know what's going to sound good on paper. I know what, you know, like is going to look good in marketing and stuff, but like really what is your deeper why? You know, a really great example of this, and I'm going to date myself a little bit here, but who remembers Kodak? Who remembers Kodak? So Kodak, the old film company, right? Like some of you guys might not be old enough to remember this, but Kodak was a little film company. And they were huge. They built out a multi-billion-dollar business. And you know what their foundation was? Their foundation was they wanted to help America. They wanted to help people create those Kodak moments, right? How many people remember that? The Kodak moments. Like that's even a term that was like coined, right? Like the Kodak moment. It's kind of like today you would say, go Google it or use a Kleenex or use a Band-Aid. Like Kodak kind of like created that term. So what happened with Kodak is their mission, their purpose, their deeper why when they first started out as a company was to help people create memorable moments. That's beautiful, right? Like who doesn't want to create memorable moments in their family? You know, right now we're in the middle of like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all these really great moments where we get to create memories. But, you know, fast forward into like the 80s, maybe 90s, what happened is the executives of Kodak, the entire company as a whole, lost sight of that deeper purpose. They lost sight of that why. So what ended up happening is corporate executives couldn't even tell you who the founder was, when they started. They lost sight of the vision that they were creating in the world, of what they were taking a stand for. And what ended up happening is you go back and you look at their marketing. I thought this was so interesting. You go back and you look, and all of a sudden their vision was painted of, we help you create beautiful memories, to all of a sudden, we're a company that creates film. Who connects with that? Like, honestly, who connects with that? Like, we're a company that creates film. But let me turn it back on you. How often are we just a company that has a program with modules? Or we're a company that sells this MLM product, or we're a company that does this or X or whatever. And, you know, so often, this is the biggest challenge I see entrepreneurs doing, is they're so busy talking about the features and what they do, the modules, how they're going to get that, how they're going to do this, that they're caught up in the features and they're not actually caught up in their deeper why. So many, either we've sight of it, or maybe we never really knew. What is the deeper purpose? What are you in the world? And what are you taking a stand for? You know, this is the biggest thing where I see people come into the online space. You know, they start a business, they lose sight of, or maybe they never had the foundation of their deeper why and who they really are and what they're taking a stand for in the world. And they slip into that dark, ugly place of irrelevance, which I know none of you want to go there. None of you want to be that, because you have beautiful, gorgeous brands to attract all the clients, all the cash, and to create all the impact. All you've got to do is go deeper, go below to your deepest purpose. Maybe it's your pain point. Maybe it's your, you know, your true purpose and your why. And that's where the gold is. That's where the magic happens. Let me just check some of these comments real fast. Caroline says, hello, 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 my love. Miriam remembers Kodak. Yes, girl. Yes. I love that. That is awesome. That is beautiful. And feel free, you guys, this is an interactive conversation, so I'd love to hear any of your questions or comments that come up. I will come back and address those as well. So I want to ask you guys, who are you at a deeper level? Who are you at a deeper level? Not how do I say it right? Because so often, you know, when women come to work with me, they say, how do I get my marketing right, or my email messaging, or my messaging for this and that and that and that. And, you know, the thing that I really encourage them at is like, you know, all the content, all the copyright, the sales funnels, they don't matter if you don't know what you take a stand for in the world, who you're taking a stand for in the world, and what you're really trying to say. Like, to put it in a different light, what is your big idea of impact? And what I mean by that is like, what's your big idea of impact? Not just that I'm I'm a clothing designer, or I am a multi-level marketer, or I sell hair products, I sell beauty products, I sell this or that. Like, who are you? What is your big idea of impact? Right? Like, to give you guys an example, this is like, you know, it takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of work. And your true identity statement, your personal contract, right? Like, this is the first thing I do with my clients is I have them create a true identity statement, which is like their personal contract. It is a statement of what they're taking a stand for in the world, who they serve, and what they're creating in this moment, what they're creating in all times. And once you can really connect with that, okay, so now go do that. Go do that in the world, and anything else that pops up that's distraction or steers away from it or alignment with that, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, for me, it was this deep understanding of, you know, like when I was, 29 or 30 years old, I remember sitting in the ER with my mom. She was going through some very challenging things. You know, there was a lot of trauma in her life. There was that has created some mental illness, like a really deep PTSD in her life where, you know, things were really confusing. She was going through this like big breakthrough in her life where there was a breakdown. You know, sometimes we have to go through a breakdown to get to our breakthrough. Amen. Sometimes we have to go through that breakdown to get through our breakthrough. And what was happening is she was going through that breakdown in her life. And because, you know, mental illness, it's a stood thing. What happened is, you know, we sat in the ER for over 6 hours, and I got to know, you know, at a deep level, the hurt, the pains, the things that my mom was dealing with. And because mental illness is like this, it's an internal thing. They didn't know that what she was going through was so deep. So we sat in this room for 6 hours. And I just remember thinking, like, what if someone had told my mom at 15 years old that she could have her own life? She could make her own choices. She could do her own things. She could stand in her power. She didn't have to keep giving away her power in every single moment. What if someone told her at 25 years old that she could stand in her power? She could take a stand in the world. She could connect with her purpose, that she could have a voice, that she could do all these things. And I was looking around for all these answers, and I couldn't find answers. I couldn't find answers on how I could connect, how I could create that deeper purpose. And I said, you know what? In a moment of clarity, sitting in that white brick room with my mom, who at 56 years old had no idea who she was, what she was about, and that she could have a stand, she could have like a message and a mission and a purpose in her own life. I had this moment of clarity, like the deepest understanding I've ever had in my life was maybe that's why I was created. Why can't I be the woman that can tell other women that they can stand in their power, that they can stand in their power and still have respect? They could stand in their power and speak their truth, even if their voice shakes. They can stand on stages and share their message and create impact in the world. And no matter what they've gone through in life, their struggles, their pain, their triumphs will make a difference for someone else in the world. And you know, that is really what connects you to your soul aligned clients. It helps you to create impact. And it helps you not just to create a beautiful, gorgeous, soul aligned business, but it helps you to create a movement in the world that not only are your soul aligned clients going to connect to, you're going to be able to share this with your staff, with the people around you. You're going to create a movement, a message, a mission in the world. You're going to leave a legacy that long after when you're gone, your voice, your message, your name will still be spoken. And that all starts when you connect, when you feel your deeper why and your soul wild calling. You can cut through all the noise and all the distraction. All right, Miriam asked a question. I will definitely get to that in just a moment. Oh, I see now you've channeled my thoughts toward being more creative with my big idea of impact. Yes, oh my gosh, I am so glad that you've connected with this idea already and hooked onto it, because it's the story. You know, right now in a time where we are like more disconnected than ever before, right? Like people are craving connection. They're craving vulnerability. They're craving truth. They're craving the big idea impact story that lets them know you're not just a product, that you are a human being behind a product, because nobody wants to be sold to, right? Like people want to buy, believe me, right now, even during this crisis, like this has been the biggest, best year of my life. And I'm traveling less than I've ever traveled. I've been on, you know, just as many stages as I would be in personal, but like in my business, trip to Australia planned, all these things that came crumbling down, a lot of expectation, coronavirus hit. Like this has been the biggest year in my business by far, and there's no turning back. You know, Val Nichols coaching is not, we're not going anywhere. We're here, we're bigger, we're bolder than ever. We've attracted more high ticket clients than ever before. And, you know, that's why it is so urgent to share this message right now, because 50% of businesses in a year won't be around anymore. That's just the unfortunate truth of what's going on in this economy. It's the unfortunate truth of what's happening. And, you know, the people who will stick around are the ones who can tap into and operate their life and their business from a place of alignment instead of just going here and there. And so, you know, like I like to say that people are headed nowhere so quickly and so busily, right? Like people are headed nowhere so busily that we don't even stop and think about, like, why did we even start this? What is our mission, our purpose? What is our deeper idea? What is our bigger impact idea that what's our contract to the world? What are we taking a stand for? Who are we taking a stand for? Who are we taking a stand for? Because it's not how you say it, it's what. Right? Like people ask me all the time, Val, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I market? How? As if there's like this cookie cutter version for everybody. And, you know, my style of coaching is like, I have people I work with women who are real estate coaches, multi-level marketers, HR consultants, people who are soul aligned to work with retail managers, bookkeepers. I have architects. I have interior designers. I have massage therapists. I have natural products creators, like all different types. And there's no cookie cutter version, because each one of these women has such a unique passion, purpose, reason, purpose for identity. Their deep impact story is so unique and different that I treat them as a holistic, you know, we stand shoulder to shoulder and we build out their business. I care so much about their business that I'm up at night thinking about it, right? And so it's not how you say it, it's what you say. So let me ask you, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments, what do you really want to say in the world? Like below all the fluff, below all the stuff, like what do you really want to say? Like what are you really being called to say? Because once you can hook onto that and you know what you're really being called to say in the world, that's when you connect with people, you connect with your ideal clients, and you really connect with your passion, your purpose. And that's when your high ticket clients, like people don't even care. They're just like I get this all the time in my inbox. People are just like, Val, I'm ready to work with you. I need to work with you. How do I sign up? No question about money, no question about any of that. Like, how do I sign up with you? I want to work with you. And, you know, like I get to work with clients one-on-one deeply. And another thing I have is I have my, my elite soul, my elite wild business mastermind that I'm going to be starting, because, you know, I wanted to be able to help more people get to the root of that, to get to the root of their why, to get to the root of their passion, to help them build out those beautiful businesses. And so that's why I started this mastermind that I get to, in 2021, I get to help even more people, which is amazing, is exciting. And, you know, I get to create that freedom because I've built out the business really based on my reality. And, you know, the reality is that your roots and where you came from, because each one of us has a different past. The roots and where we came from shapes us, but they don't have to define us. And, you know, when we can really get deep in our passion, when we can really get deep in our purpose, that we are taking a stand for in the world, no matter what happens, economy, circumstance, presidents, not presidents, COVID, shutdown, no COVID, no shutdown. You create your own economy. You create raving fans, and you create longevity and relevance. So, you know, really honestly, when we look at this, when we look at your deeper impact statement, you know, people really want to know, who are you? Can I connect with you? And do I trust you? And, you know, if I looked at your social media right now and all you post is like, and I'm not making you wrong if you do this, this is just an education. You know, if you're just posting your products, your services, your offers, and they don't really get to see who you are, it creates a distrust. It creates a distrust. So the right people, your high clients, they're not going to know why, but they're not going to connect with you, which creates a distrust. You know, they want to know, can I trust you? Who are you at a deeper level? And can I connect with you? Do I connect with you? Are we the same? Do we speak the same language? Do we speak the same soul-aligned business language? Because, you know, if you really want to attract your high clients, I'll leave you guys with this part. Like, if you really want to attract your soul-aligned clients, show them that you are a real human being behind the product. This is why I never say that, you know, there's a certain methodology or a certain thing you have to follow. You know, I love it when people say, you shouldn't post that. You can't post that because you're a business coach. I'm a human being, multifaceted, multidimensional, multi-passionate. So if I want to post pictures of my dogs or my weekend adventures with my husband or my awesome travels we get to do all the time because I'm an entrepreneur and I have that freedom, then I'm going to post about being. At the end of the day, I am a human being. People want to know the you behind the brand. People want to know, who are you? Can I connect? And do I trust you? People want to know what your deeper impact story is, so that they want to know, like, who do you take a stand for in the world? What is your stand? And what are you trying to say at the end of the day? So I hope that that really connected with you guys. If you guys are interested, you know, join me over in my Wild Tribe. It is a group of women influencers, leaders, and dreamers. It's for female entrepreneurs who are looking to really connect with their deeper purpose. You can support others. You can get support. It's an amazing group. It is like 850 of my favorite human beings ever. I would love to invite you in there. And for a limited time for, I called it Pink Friday. I didn't call it Black Friday. But for Pink Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, I have a very limited time offer for my elite. I keep thinking we just changed the name of the mastermind. So it's the Elite Wild Mastermind. This is where we're going to go deeper. You're going to get hot seat coaching. You're going to get support from me one-on-one, unlimited support from an entire tribe of women who are doing the exact same things you are. They are your soul aligned. We're going to help you go deeper into your why, go deeper into your personal contract, so that you can take a stand in the world, so that you can not just create a gorgeous business, but that you can create a deeper impact, and you can create raving fans. You can also not just create a brand and a business and that impacts, but you're going to create a movement in the world where your name is going to be remembered. It's going to be top of mind. You're going to create something so much bigger than you, and you just happen to sell products and services. So if you want to be a part of that, let me know. It is only $97 a month. Insane. My team almost like, they were like, Val, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Because my masterminds are usually around $500 a month. And we're offering this one for $97 a month until Friday. That's it. Very limited portion, very limited window to jump in. So if you feel aligned to that, I would love to invite you guys in. Otherwise, yeah, connect with me on social media. I am going to, and I hope you guys will share your big idea impact with me and let me know. Feel free to message me. I would love to just help you go a little bit deeper. And if you would like me to look at any of your pages, social media, website, whatever, I would love to dive in with that with you. And we could just do like a free consultation call. So Miriam says, and guys, feel free to post your questions in here because I would love to connect with you and get to know you a little better. Miriam said, how can I channel my content as a fashion designer to attract my ideal clients? I'm launching my first collection in the first quarter of the new year. You can address my question in your presentation. Perfect. Yes. So that is amazing. And Miriam, you have such amazing products. So person to talk about. So I want to know from you is, why did you get started? Why is this such an important thing for you? Because you have a charismatic, very charismatic personality. I want to know, like, what are your close, what are your product lines? Like, what's your why? Your deeper impact statement might be something like, and I don't know your story well enough to speak into this. I do know you fairly well, but I don't know your story deep enough to really get into this. But like, let's say that you started out in business. I'm just going to like riff here, and you can share deeper in your, in the comments here if you want to share a little bit deeper in the comments. Gosh, maybe I should bring you on this Zoom with me. Would you be open to that? Miriam, let me know if you would be open to that, and I will send you the Zoom link. I would love to have you come in here, and I could share a little bit deeper with you guys my process, if you would like to do that. Let me see. So yeah, like, let's just say, well, I'm waiting for your comments. Okay, not now. Perfect. So let's say that for a deeper why. Okay, so for me, I grew up with a very, my mom was a single parent. She was amazing. She's a miracle. And with being a single parent, raising two daughters, you know, there was times when we lived in kind of like shady neighborhoods, like, you know, we never went without, but believe me, the younger daughter. And there was many times where I was getting hand-me-down clothing from my sister. My sister was rail thin growing up, and I was a little bit chubby. Like, I was kind of a chunky monkey growing up, and because I stuffed my emotions, right? Like, I stuffed my emotions. A lot of things happened in my childhood where I stuffed my emotions. So I was a chubby kid. So I would get all these hand-me-downs. And so, you know, that message that I got from that was that I wasn't even worthy enough to have my own new clothes. You know, year after year, I would unwrap for Christmas all these hand-me-down clothes. And because we didn't have enough money for me to go to Kmart and go on a shopping spree, I got the message that I wasn't worthy enough. I wasn't good enough. And so, you know, when I got older and I was able to buy my own clothes, I would wear the nicest, cutest, the things like pink is my color. As you guys can see, pink is my color. And when I wear pink, something magical happens. Something magical happens within me. And I started to realize that, you know what? I wanted other women to feel as feminine and beautiful and magical as I feel when I wear the right clothes. So from that, I created my own product line. And so my message, my deeper impact is I design gorgeous, beautiful clothing that makes every businesswoman feel in her feminine power, her energy, and feel like she is taking a stand for something bigger in the world. See, do you understand how like that is like so much more captivating, so much more compelling than just like, here's my products, they're great, they're beautiful, they're made of cotton, they're half polyester, they're this, they're this, they're this, here's the price. If you can really tap into your deeper story of, you know, like, I want every single female entrepreneur out there to know that she can stand in her power. She can play in a man's world. She can be feminine, be in her energy, be in her, and still be a powerful businesswoman. Because you know what? I grew up in corporate. You know, I was in corporate, and I got so sick and tired of dressing like a man. I mean, look at this, right? Like, I am in my feminine energy right now. And I want to take a stand for all women that they pink hair, they can, you know, stand in their power, and they can still play with the boys and do better than the men, right? So like, if that's your deeper purpose, then girl, go all in on that. So Miriam says she'll come in much later and do a recap. Awesome, awesome. And let me know if I'm going over too long. I'm about to hit my 45-minute point. So if you guys keep asking me questions, I'll keep going. I'll keep rolling because I love this. Kiki says, does the process differ depending on if you are selling products or services? Great question. Oh my gosh, great, great, great question. And no, it doesn't. You know, like, it doesn't really, my process that I personally do is I will just sit down with you in our first consultation. You know, like, I'm thinking about like how I work with my clients. is I just ask questions and I go deeper and I ask the right questions to kind of provoke things. And the funny thing is, a lot of times women will say, I heard this great thing in a book, and they try and emulate that, right? Or maybe they're like scrolling through other people's Facebooks or Instagrams that do what they do. And they're like, oh my gosh, like I heard this really great thing, or I want to imitate that coach. I want to imitate that person that sells this. I want to imitate this person because I connect with their story. And so I'll say, okay, great. But, you know, and they'll try and tell me like the right thing, right? Like I was a part of an organization where we had an entire weekend. I mean, this was just a service, right? We had an entire weekend away where we talked about our deeper purpose, our mission statement. And we got so caught up in like, the thing is like, it was a bunch of men and then me. And we got so caught up in like saying it the right way and looking at like what Apple's mission statement was and all these things, we got distracted from our own why. So honestly, the process is no different if you are having a service or a product, because honestly, like if you keep digging into your why, whether you sell, I'll use an example, like a service. So like one of my clients, amazing woman, her name is Elena. Her company is Ignite Positive Changes. And she started out almost a year ago when we started working together. She started out as an HR consultant. And, you know, like we dug a little bit deeper into her story, and I'm not going to share her story, but, you know, we dug a little deeper and, you know, like we kept going, and there was a lot of like distractions, right? Because who here is not, or is caught up in opportunity overwhelm, right? Opportunity overwhelm is something I see right now because we're so infiltrated, we're so inundated with information all the time that it's so easy to want to go off here and there and do this and do that and da 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 da, right? So, you know, I saw that. I noticed that pattern happening with one of my clients, and she was all of a sudden getting into all these things. She was getting, yes, Kiki, thank you, thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one who can get distracted by all the shiny things, right? And, you know, when you get deeper in your purpose, when you get deep into your why, like I said before, when you know your deeper impact statements, all you do is you go do that. You go do that. And anything that differs from that, anything that detracts from that, you don't do it. You don't do it. You say no. You gain some business boundaries, business boundaries, and say no to all the distractions. So when you're talking about, you know, products, services, whatever it is, there is a reason, a deeper, like, you know, when you really get into that feeling, like that deeper, that feeling within you, like there's something more, there's something bigger, there's something deeper. When you get that pull, that call, that you just know it's in alignment, right? Like you just know there's something there. You can have that if you have a product or a service. So one of my clients sells all natural products. And why does she do that? Well, when we dug deeper, it's because she had kids and she was kind of, you know, holistic, like hippie type person with a garden and herbs. And she started realizing she was creating all these tonics and, you know, holistic things for her children because she was afraid of all the crazy things her kids were consuming. She was afraid of all of the chemicals and the things that she was putting in her children. So all of a sudden, having kids, she realized she had a deeper purpose, right? Like she didn't want her kids to be exposed to all of this, like, GMOs and chemicals and dyes and all those things. And so she started creating tonics. She has like a skeeter beater, like a mosquito rub, and she had like a hair tonic and all these things. Next thing she knew, her family was like, can I get some of that for Christmas? Where can I buy this? You should sell it. She is now like a huge brand. She is a huge brand because of her deeper why, right? Does that make sense? I hope that addressed your question, Kiki. Let me know if it did. But yeah, you can absolutely, the process is just like, even like get a sheet of paper and start off with why. That's it. Like if you're pen to paper, use this method. If you're more of a verbal processor like me, I can kind of vary on both. I do have a lot of clients who are verbal processors, so I'll throw this out there. I think it's just because my energy attracts, you know, amazing, awesome, wonderful, high energy, high vibe women. So if you're more of a verbal processor, get out your little phone, like, you know, get on your phone. And if you have like a voice memo or something, just start talking and ask yourself why. Just that one simple question, why? you know, and at first it might say like more money, more impact, more income. I want a Ferrari. I want this. I want that. I want that. But keep going until it stirs something up inside of you that's like, and I'm gonna warn you guys, like this may or may not bring up some, you know, emotions. But once you like really tap into that, you'll know, you will feel it. Like one of my clients she had this deep passion, amazing woman, amazing, incredible human being, magic on legs, incredible woman. She didn't know when she started her business, she didn't know that secretly, because she had been fired from a really big corporation, she was hiding a piece of her. She was hiding a piece of her because she didn't feel good enough. She didn't feel worthy. She had internalized the things that, being fired, I mean, that's a painful experience, right? That's a painful experience. And there were some other things underlying too that, you know, she was like, I've got to put the look good on. I've got to look good. I've got to say the right things. I've got to like do the right things. But if people know this part of me, if people see this part of me, they may not hire me. If they knew I was fired from a big conglomerate, like big box store, if they knew I was fired, if that comes up, then what? Then what? And so a lot of times below the surface, we have this thing that's hidden, right? We have this thing that's hidden. Like I remember when I first started in the online world, I was so afraid that people were that I had, you know, built up myself in my 20s, completely crashed it down, ended up living homeless in my car, abusing alcohol, all the things. Like I was so afraid people would find that out about me because then I wouldn't be perfect. But you know, the people don't want perfect. They want messy. They want human. They want real connection. They want real connection, and they want to know that there's a human being behind the brand. And so, okay, Kiki says, yes, you did. Thank you very much. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. You're so amazing. You know, thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to almost an hour now, 5 minutes, but I do want to be respectful of your time. And, you know, I just want to encourage you guys, you know, if there's something, maybe if you are, I know there's women in here that are like just starting out in business. I know there's women who are making some, want to create more. There's no shame behind that, right? Like there's no shame behind wanting more in your business, in your life. I remember making the firm resolve at about 2018 when I first started my business, when I got this deep vision in my life. I was in corporate, I was making all the money, had all the prestige, had all the awards, everything. But I still felt empty and alone at the end of the day. And I remember making a resolve to myself that I want it all. And, you know, previous in my life, throughout my 20s, everything, like I never felt I deserved that. Never felt I deserved it. And, you know, the thing is, like, the moment I made that resolve, I made that dedication to myself that I want it all, and I'm not going to settle for less, because I know my deeper impact story. I know my why, and I know what I'm trying to say in the world, not just like what I want to say, but like what I really want the world to know. And I am not going to allow myself to settle for less, because I settled for way too many years. I settled for way too long, and that got me living alone in the back of my car, so afraid to ask for help, so full of pride, so ashamed that people would know the real me, that I was abusing alcohol, like spending my time like just wondering, when was it going to shift? But in 2018, when I said, you know what, I am no longer going to settle, I'm going to hire the best coach. I'm going to hire an amazing team who understands my vision, because now I can communicate that. I'm going to have an amazing relationship. And you guys, like, I don't talk about this a lot, but like, you can have it all. Right now I have my dream car. I have an amazing house. I have the best marriage. I can't even believe it's real. I have a business that I absolutely love, that I have freedom to travel and spend time with deeper relationships with the people who are important to me. You know, I get to spend time with that mom, you know, and see her heal. And I get to spend time with people I love, and I get to have this freedom. And at the end of the day, I go to sleep on my pillow knowing that I actually made a difference to somebody in the world today. Guys, I was a drunk in my 20s who never thought my life would mean anything. And so if I can do it, you can do it. I don't care if you're selling doTERRA oils, or if you are selling clothing, or if you're selling coaching, or if you're selling whatever. If you can hook on to your deeper impacts, if you can really hook on to who you really are, nothing, the economy, the coronavirus, the, you know, whatever's going on in the world, nothing will stop you from being successful, because you are destined for greatness. You are destined for more. And I will be damned if you, like, one person hears this and decides today that they're going to go all in, then I've done my job here. I've done my job here. So thank you guys again so much. It has just been so amazing to be here. I am sending you guys all so much love. I am so honored to be here in the group. Thank you again, Miriam, for inviting me to come in. And I feel so honored because I'm here on Small Business Saturday. So now go out and take this information and use it today. Use it right now to share your bigger why, because it's Small Business Saturday. So go out there, take advantage of it, go all in. Join me in my Wild Tribe. It's the Wild for Women Influencers, Leaders, and Dreamers. We're a tribe of women who are like, it's 850 of my favorite women. It's a very close-knit group. We support each other. We grow together. It's just the feeling of that is so amazing. And I would love to offer you guys, if you're interested in this, if you hook onto this message, if you're interested in going deeper in this and building out a gorgeous business that you absolutely love and a lifestyle that is sustainable, then join me in my Elite Wild Mastermind. We have very limited spots for very limited time. We are doing 97 month to join in. This is for founders. You will have the founding position of Elite Wild Mastermind. So you'll be an Elite Wild business queen, and you're going to have that price for life, which is insane because my mastermind groups usually start out at like $500. So I'll put my info here in the comments for you guys. I put it in the header above in the description. I love you guys very much. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I love you, love you, love you. I will put my information in here. Thank you so much, Kiki, as well. Oh my gosh, you guys, go out there, be wild, be soul wild, so that you can attract your high ticket soul aligned clients, which is going to make your business just thrive and grow, stay relevant, stay, totally and completely create your own economy, so you can have the business and the lifestyle that you truly love. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye.